Hello, my name is Richter and I'm the Managing Director of the FDSV, the Association of German Language Schools and Tour Operators. The FDSV is a consortium of leading German language schools and tour operators that have committed to complying with the strict quality guidelines of the FDSV. We currently have 37 members and we are responsible for inbound and outbound. I'm now happy to present you 4 of our members who give you an insight into what language learning in Germany looks like in times of COVID-19. We'll start our interview with Barbara Jaeschke, the Managing Director of GLS. GLS offers inbound and outbound as well as high school. Barbara, please tell us your experiences.
Hello, well, nice to have you here. The good news first, I'm still alive. My school is still alive. The hotel is open, the school is open. We still send students abroad. The bad news, I have to admit, I was really shattered. I didn't expect a crisis as bad as this one. And I have to say that at times I talked to my banks and I always said, you know, nothing can happen to GLS because we do outbound and we do inbound. So something will work. But with this crisis, I have to say we suffered in every aspect. But let's turn back to the good news. As I said before, the school is open. In fact, we have 250 students at the moment, 200 face-to-face and 50 online. So we do new things. We do online courses in addition to face-to-face. We also do hybrid courses, which means that we have maybe 7 participants in the class and 3 coming online into the same class as guests from other countries. So this is very interesting. Let's put it in the positive way again. I think we have suffered. Yes, we have all suffered, but we have also learned a lot. You know, we learned so much out of this crisis. I have to say we will be smaller in the school than we were before, but maybe smaller is better than too big. Because if you keep your costs under supervision, you can still do a very, very good program. I have also to say that my teachers were fantastic. They have learned so much. They were trained as in online teaching. They were trained in hybrid teaching. They are so enthusiastic and they really pamper the students. So come and send students to GLS because Berlin is very safe. We have a great health system and the city is running as before, not as crowded as before, but it's running. Let's turn to our outbound programs. Well, we are lucky because the Germans are very, very risk friends. So, you know, in fact, even now we get bookings already for Malta, for Great Britain, for France, for Italy. So the adults in particular, they book now for language travel. I have to say, we have never had so many last minute bookings. You know, we get bookings for a departure on Sunday, and then it's our job to find the flights. The point is that my staff are really working more than ever before, although we have only 50% of the turnover that we used to have. But it's so difficult to explain parents why they can't go to the United States now, why they can't do this, why they might have to go on quarantine. But I have to say Germans are great. You know, they just take life as it is. They are not too skeptical. They are traveling again. So it's quite nice how they react, and they always take it easy. We had difficult clients before, but now we have more friendly clients than ever before. The hotel is running, my staff is coming to work or doing homework office. So in general, I really have to say we have been struggling and we will be struggling for many, many months to come. But we will have learned so much out of this whole thing, so that in the end, I think everybody in our area and our market can survive. You just don't ever give up, just keep on fighting and we will succeed, because people will always want to learn languages. That's my message. Just be happy, take it as it is, make the best out of it and stay alive and keep the busyness going, then you will survive. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Barbara. That sounds quite optimistic, so I'm very glad to hear that message, to be honest. Well, our next speaker is Andrew Geddes, the Managing Director of EURASIA Institute in Berlin. EURASIA offers only inbound, and they are specialized in pathway programs. Andrew, please let us know your experience in regards to language learning in times of COVID-19.
So thank you, Julia, for your introduction and also for organizing this meeting today. And thanks, Barbara, for your optimistic words and perspectives. I think it's been a hard year for everybody in the industry, not just for the schools, but even for the universities and colleges, and also for the agencies, and even for the people organizing education fairs like ISEF, who've been doing an awesome job for decades. So we are all experiencing this more or less in a similar way. And I'm grateful that we are a school in Germany where the public health policy of the government, the economic policy of the government has been very supportive. I think a lot of the schools have been able to apply for state help in some way or other. We've managed, I'm happy to say, we've managed to keep all of our employees. Also with the help of the state. We have the furlough schemes going on from the government. So the team that we had before COVID is still the team that we had now. I must say that we've had, although we've had a difficult 6 months, we've also had a lot of positive experiences. And like Barbara, we have learned a lot in the situation. Our teachers have also learned a lot in this situation. We'd already been doing online courses for 3 or 4 years before COVID began, so it wasn't something completely new to us. It was, however, new for our students that practically overnight we said to everybody, okay, from the 16th of March, you're going to be learning online, and there's no choice because this is what the German government decided. Our students are coming for pathway programs. That means in most cases, it's a German language pathway. In other cases, it's a combination of language and academic pathway. Our programs are therefore quite long-term programs. So they usually have to have at least a year. And often they prepare for up to half a year before coming to Germany. So in that sense, a lot of our students are involved with us over a longer period of time anyway. So you could say that in some way they've managed to use their time, which, for example, is usually spent waiting for a visa. They actually managed to optimize this waiting time because we were able to offer everybody in the world courses. From March to the end of July, we were operating all of our courses 100% online, except for the exam preparation courses and the actual university entrance exams themselves. So those were obviously held in the classrooms in our institute. That was important that all of our students could actually do the final exam and get to university on time. We also have pathways for the people seeking careers in Germany or people seeking to invest in Germany. So these are 3 groups of students, participants in our courses are actually also considered to be system relevant, as they say. So people coming here to become a doctor or people who want to study here at university, they are actually given exceptional advantages as far as international travel is concerned. And because we are specialized in this area rather than holiday language programs or general language programs. We have managed to get through the crisis in, more or less intact form. The main challenge has actually been the fact that the German embassies and consulates have not been working on new applications for visas. So anybody who managed to apply for their visa before the 16th of March did actually get a visa, and they came to begin their course. And since August, we've had our courses mainly 100% in the classroom in Germany, but we've also had people doing blended learning and people signing up for new courses who aren't yet able to apply for a visa. They're also doing online courses back in their home countries. So it's quite of a bit of a mishmash that we have at the end, but it's a creative situation. And yeah, crisis is the mother of invention. And I think, like everybody in the industry, we've been looking for new ways to work with the students, to work with the agents, to support our partners around the world. And I'm positive that we will get through this crisis. And I hope that after November in this year, things will be going uphill and recovering very fast. And I am not expecting a new normality. I'm expecting to go back to the way things were, because we all want to live healthy, happy lives and have a good, edgy business, and look forward to receiving more students in the future and to giving our contribution for international understanding, which for my part, that's what learning languages is all about, communicating with our fellow human beings and bridging the gap between the cultures and creating a better understanding. So yeah, I'm really grateful for being a member of FDSV as well, because it was a real support during this time. So those are my messages for you all, and look forward to some more dialogue in the future.
Many thanks for the great last words. Thank you also for the very interesting information, especially on your long-term students studying German in Germany. So we continue with Vanessa Muth, Managing Director of SAES, specialized in offering IB and Abitur preparation courses for German students and also for international students. Vanessa, please report about your experiences running face-to-face and online classes during summer 2020.
First of all, hello everybody. I'm very excited to be here and thank you for inviting me. Yes, it's been challenging times for all, I think. It has also as much as challenged us, but also given us the possibility to think of new ways and other ways to learn. I think it has also speeded up a development that everyone has been maybe talking about over the last years. And now we have been, I think, all brought into a situation where we thought, okay, digital is the way forward. And it's now not only the way forward, but the only way for this time. So I'm very excited that we are here. I think we are in a crisis, but I think the situation can, in the end, when we are out of the crisis and things have improved, add to what we have been doing before. So what we do as a small school, we actually specialize, as you've already said, Julia, we have specialized in Abitur preparation and IB preparation. We do this one-on-one and we do it in very small groups. Our courses usually take place at Oxford and Cambridge University. As you know, most probably Oxford and Cambridge University did not open this year, so we brought our courses to Germany. This worked very well. We found a school in the Black Forest and we did our course there. the one thing that we learned was that these courses that we do, on the one hand, it's the English experience, but on the other hand, it's the people and the teachers and actually the content that will develop and what the students expect of us. Because we do exam preparation, that of course is very focused. So we have a mission, and the mission is, and the task is, to prepare our students for the following exam, Abitur, IB or IELTS. This happened in small groups and with teachers from Oxford. So we had our Oxford team teaching here in Germany. That was a logistical, let's say, challenge at its best, but it worked very well and it was a good course. On the other hand, what we've been doing over the last half year is that we have specialized and built up an online digital tutoring system that works on a one-on-one tutorials. Our tutors throughout the year. We do online courses intense and one-on-one tutoring. Now, what works is, and what we feel is that the crisis is affecting the students just as much as we are, but they are feeling it on the end that they are missing the education. They're missing someone who is actually giving them guidance and structure to the days where there is no school. And this is something that we can provide. We give them a structure to their day and we give them the content. And this is something that guides them through their term and then also gives them possibility to say, okay, intensely over my holidays. So this in combination has given us the possibility to add to what we have done before. So I can only say it's hard time. It's also, it gives a real possibility to think of new things. And so I'm, as Barbara and Andrew have already said, we are in a difficult time, but we will make this together. And I really want to think of new ways, and also we can go along with this and we can make the best out of this situation. It will be okay. So what I need to say at the end is that I wish everyone a very good year. Safe. If you have any questions to learning English, please let me know. I'm here anytime. I think that we are difficult days, but it will be okay. And there will be improvement and we will come out of this some way or another, but it will be okay. Safe and have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Vanessa, for the warm words in the end. And it shows us that we all have to be very, very, very flexible. I think you've pointed it out. You've moved your schools from Oxford to the Black Forest. So I think it couldn't be, you know, any better in times of on these difficult times we have at the moment. Well. Finally, to Thomas Kiechle, the Managing Director of AIFS. AIFS is sending students abroad to learn languages, but they also offer high school programs. Thomas, please share your experiences with us today.
Okay, hi, my name is Thomas Kiechle, as Julia says. I run AIFS Educational Travel here in Germany, which is part of the American Institute for Foreign Study Group, a larger global group. We provide cultural exchange and educational travel programs, not maybe the typical ESL agent, but we also offer ESL courses with various partners. Maybe unlike the other speakers, we actually had a very bad year. My God, it has been so bad. We only do outbound, and I would say we probably lost about 80% in revenue. So we ended up with a tiny 20%. And similar to what Barbara said, my team here had probably a bigger workload than even at the 100%, because we had to deal with all those cases. We had thousands of people abroad. And since we do a lot of long-term programs, long-haul destinations, our main destinations are US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, we had thousands of people stranded, had to bring them back, sometimes couldn't bring them back. New Zealand, there were just no flights, nothing. We still, until today, we still have some people who are still in New Zealand, not because they can't come back, because they don't want to come back. They still enjoy their time there, which is also quite interesting that some people still stayed abroad. When it comes to new bookings, 2020, as probably for many, would have been a fantastic year. We were just, I think we were about 15% ahead of last year. It would have been just great. In January, we extended our office space by a third. Everybody was celebrating. And then, of course, came Corona. And I was still optimistic for a long time, to be honest. I thought this will pass away. And also similar to what Barbara said, most of our clients, our participants wanted to go. They hung in there until the really last moment, because they still were waiting for the green light so they could travel. And in the end, we basically had to cancel our programs, which caused a lot of problems as well. We're dealing with quite a few legal cases, and people still not quite happy with what happened this year. So 2020 written off completely, absolute disaster. And of course, as you said before, we in Germany, thanks God, we have some furlough plans in place, which also allowed us to keep our staff. We have almost 80 staff here in the Bonn office. We lost a few, but the majority is still here. When it comes to 2021, of course, that's a very, to me, a very mixed picture. I mean, there's like, I look at it, there's like a worst case and a best case scenario. In the best case scenario, Trump wins, got it wrong. Trump loses the election in November. There is a vaccine, countries open their borders again, and we're going to have a fantastic 2021. We have at least 50% of those people who had to cancel this year have deferred into next year. So we already have a strong base, plus we see bookings which are, you won't believe it, high school sometimes 30–40% ahead of last year. So enormous number of potential participants, great year ahead, but that's the best case scenario. Worst case scenario is Trump wins the election, there's no vaccine, Australia and New Zealand decide to still keep their borders closed, maybe well into next year. Corona develops worse in the United States, that's closed. And then for us, 2021 really would be looking bad, especially because we're more into, as I said, long haul destinations rather than Europe. And we're trying to build up Europe, but it's not as easy for us as maybe GLS from Barbara, who's always been doing that. And what I also, my opinion is, unlike inbound programs where you maybe can do a lot with digital programs or online learning, our programs won't work like that. Our people, they want to travel. They want to experience the real life. They want to go out there. And it's not about, Germans don't do this for the academic reasons. They want to experience other countries, improve their English on the way, but it's not about the academic thing, which maybe in a Pathfinder program where you want to get into university, this is not what typically our target group is doing. So as I say, for next year, could be a great year, but it can also just be a year just as bad as this one. Let's hope it's the best case. That's all for me. Thanks, Julia.
Many thanks, Thomas. So we've received a very wide view of mainly positive and optimistic point of views. So let's just hope, you know, that everything is going to be the way we all hope. And in general, I mean, thanks for watching this video. Call us or send us an email, contact us anyhow, whenever you need more support, contact the FDSV or our members anytime for further information. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.